Good morning again, traders. It's 15th of August, Tuesday. Great British pound, US dollar, as always. You know the drill. So I took some short positions this morning. One, I traded the news, post news, and then I waited for a pullback and I traded it again. Got a couple of shorts in. So this is the screenshot of my latest shorts, which I've took profits, and I've got one position running still. I'll put this in the Discord in a minute. Let me just show you. Let me zoom in there. So, got my shorts in here, which was where this imbalance fill is. I'll go into it all in a minute. And I took profits. I actually took profits on these two by accident. I meant to take profits on this one and this one, leaving one running, but I accidentally took profits on these two. So I've just got this lower one running, which I'll put stops in there at break even. But yeah, so let me get into it. Let's get rid of this screenshot now. And we'll get into the reasons why I took the trades. Right, so we had red folder news this morning, and you can see price spiked up, creating a stacked buy imbalance there. As you can see, I'll show you that on the footprint actually now while we're at it. I drag this over. Let's make this bigger for you. Let's delete that picture and scroll across to the left. So you can see red fold up a little bit. You can see red folder news. Price went boom up there. Stacked buying imbalance. So I entered short initially up here, which was at a level weekly point of control, which I'll show you again in a minute. So I had a reason to get short and trade the retracement. So I got short from up here, came down, as you can see, filled this stacked imbalance to the pip. So all these zero prints got filled, the inefficiency. And then we started flagging back up. So I got in short up here this morning, took profits down here for about 20 pips. Nice, yeah. Then we started flagging back up. London open into this imbalance, entered shorts again. You can see the transition to the sell side delta. So we've got the delta flip. And I'll also show you some delta divergences in a minute where sellers are piling in, but you can see price flagging up, which you can kind of see here. But I'll show you in a minute on the candlestick chart. So short from up here, profit took down here. Short from up here, profit took lower down. So now let's get rid of this footprint chart. Now I've shown you the stacked imbalances. Get rid of that. And let's move on to the weekly. So we can see that point of control. This profile. News dropped, price spiked up, filled to the pip, this point of control here, which is where I entered short, which was also in alignment with, get rid of that chart now as well. So that naked point of control from the previous week, right there, that to the pip, which was also in alignment with a level I drew out on my custom morning chart, which I had highlighted these levels of interest. So we've got, look, this previous big point of control here, where price then traded down, came up, and then news release back up to that point of control, which was this, also this high of this profile there. So I drew out that level as an area of interest, and this volume node here would be an area of interest. Where I thought price would be going on the news release, I wasn't sure. You can't predict these things, but I've got levels marked out where if I start to see a spike up aggressively into one of these levels and then start showing rejection signs, I then jump in and trade the retracement. And it happened to be this first level here. So this, not an area of interest, this not an area of interest. You can see price just went straight up into there and then started to reject. This was also in alignment with that weekly point of control I just showed you. So a double confluences there. And then we started auctioning down back towards VWAP, which is where I took profits, which was at that stacked imbalance, if you remember. So that was that trade. I then got short again from up here. Make that smaller again. So if we look on the candlestick chart, we can see news drops, flew up to those levels and the weekly point of control, started to reject. I entered shorts, took profits at this stacked imbalance fill. We then, watch this now, we then started flagging back up into this stacked sell imbalance, which was created at the top. Yeah. So we're flagging up. Cumulative delta is selling off. Yeah. So despite the fact that sellers were piling in, trying to enter shorts, price was just flagging back up. These sellers were being, see if I can draw this with this pen, double D. That's not my missus's cup size, but that actually means drawdown. So you can see that delta divergences, sellers piling in, price flagging up. So this is one of my extra confluences into this stacked imbalance. So I'd look for shorts around here again, which was, where is it, about here, around London Open. So I waited for London Open, got my shorts in. We then came down into this, so where do we go? Here it was, in towards this week's VWAP, which is where I took profits on those two positions. I had seen we've got stacked imbalance here on this candle. So I decided I'd leave one position running to see if we'd flag back up, fill in this imbalance, and then see if there's interest in continuing down lower and hopefully seeing this liquidity get took out, what's below there, for a lower continuation. So that's the plan of my runner, and that's the plan why I took profits on two of my other positions here. And yeah, and as you can see, hopefully we're going to now hopefully trade a little bit lower. If we don't, then I'll just close that remaining position out if we start coming back up again and lock in profits on that last position. But that was the reasons for me taking my trades today. So just in summary, news up to these levels, which was the weekly point of control and this custom session level. Entered short there, took profits here, which was also back at VWAP there. So that there is where that stacked imbalance fill was. So that was double confluence to take profits. Then just waited for London Open patiently, saw us flagging back up into this sell side stacked imbalance, which was in alignment with the delta divergences. The sellers were piling in, getting into drawdown. So the early sellers, the impatient ones, were getting themselves screwed over. And then at London Open, I just simply entered my shorts and then took profits there. And I've got one running, which I'm hoping we might trade lower with. Right, that's my summary for today. I might look again this afternoon, although I've actually rinsed it this morning, so I really don't need to be. So if I do take any trades later on, it's only going to be little lot sizes, more just to satisfy my itch if I've got nothing better to do. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next video in the future. Right, nice one. Have a good day. See you later. Over and out.